What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be going over loads of follow-ups. Right, this is something, if you're a setter, you should be doing already, hopefully. If you're not, then I don't know what you're doing. You shouldn't be a setter. But essentially, there's some of the laws of follow-up that we need to abide by almost every single time. So let's get into it. Don't make assumptions. This is the first thing, is don't make assumptions. So what I mean by that is, let's say you get left on red. I told this to a student I was on a call with a couple hours ago, and when you get left on red, this is even before you're on a position and you're trying to land a position. If the business owner leaves you on red, if anyone leaves you on red, don't take it personally. Don't make assumptions that they did it on purpose, right? Maybe they did, but a couple things might have happened. Life might have gotten in the way. They had to pick their kid up from football practice, whatever, an emergency with the family, doesn't matter. But don't make assumptions off the bat, just cause, and like sometimes even people will they think they've sent a message to you and replied back, but they haven't pressed the send button. So things like that, anything can happen, but don't let someone leaving you on red throw you off. So what we need to do first of all is don't make assumptions, all right? So we want to give them benefit of the doubt in the beginning. And then the second law of the follow-ups is start off slow, then gradually be more direct. So in the beginning, you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Things happen, life might have gotten in the way, but if you keep following up with them, let's say it's starting to become clear that they really aren't interested and it's pretty obvious, then you get a bit more direct. So that's what I mean by starting off slow and gradually be more direct. And I have some examples you can steal, which I'll go over later. But essentially, start off slow, then gradually be more direct. Third law is don't skip follow-ups. Like, you have to do this every single day. Just because here's the thing, right? With follow-ups, it's way easier to get someone to hop on the call and sign them on if you've been in contact with them for a long time compared to speaking to an entirely new prospect. So yeah, don't skip it. You could be reviving old conversations. People you never thought would close will end up closing simply because you had the initiative and you were proactive enough to follow up. So don't skip follow-ups, don't underestimate it. And then as well, with logistical reasons, things like ManyChat, which if you use it for your position, you'd know that there's such thing as open conversations and closed conversations. With open conversations, these are conversations that you can reply to and you can send text to. But with the closed conversations, you can't reply to them until the other person has sent a message back to you. It's just something that ManyChat does. I guess it's to prevent things like spam messages and spamming the other person. But it's annoying, and the reason why follow-ups is so important here is because after 7 days, that's when a conversation closes on ManyChat. So if your business uses ManyChat for appointment setting, then after 7 days, if none of you have interacted with each other, then after 7 days, you can't message that person anymore until they respond back to you. So that's pretty annoying. It can get in our way. But follow-ups, what it allows us to do is it allows us to revive the convo. It gets them to respond back again, and then that 7-day window gets pushed another 7 days. So it gives us another 7 days to try set them, okay? But if you're on Instagram, that's not a problem. But still, don't skip follow-ups. So the fourth thing is, what I personally do is I usually follow up between 1 to 4 times before moving on. So I found that's the sweet spot. People ask me, how many times do you follow up? What I found over the years, and again, it might be different for you, so you got to see what works. But for me personally, 1 to 4 times is usually the sweet spot before we move on to the next prospect. So if I find like not doing any or just one isn't enough, and then anything past 4, it just can get, if you have the balls to do it, then do it. But more times than not, you just come across as being spammy and annoying, and you end up losing the prospect. So 1 to 4 times, and then this is why you see here I have 4 different follow-ups. And the last thing is, we don't want to come across as spammy or annoying, and you want to send these follow-ups further apart from the last. So the 5 laws again: don't make assumptions, don't take it personal, don't let it throw you off. Start off slow, then gradually be more direct. Don't skip follow-ups. Make it a mandatory part of your day, of your schedule. I usually follow up between, so this isn't actually low. Again, you have to see what works for you. But I usually follow up between 1 to 4 times before moving on. And then the last thing we want to do our follow-ups, we want to make sure we get it done, but we don't want to come across as too spammy or annoying, because that just defeats the purpose. You want to send these further apart from the last. So what I mean by further apart from the last, for example, with my first follow-up, let's go over this first. Start slow and be more direct. This is slow. So this is what I mean. You're slow. It's not, not too intrusive, not too direct. You can just give them benefit of the doubt. You could follow up after 24 hours if they left you in red or didn't get a response, or maybe they didn't even read the message. If you just want to follow up the first thing as their name or just a question mark or something to remind them that they haven't responded to the message, just very lightly, like a light nudge. Second follow-up after that, I usually send 1 to 2 days after this first one. So this one I send 24 hours after the first message and they don't respond. This one is 1 to 2 days. So you notice how I'm leaving a bit more space from the last, and it's gonna continue that way. Second one, a bit more direct, like, hey, you probably got busy. It's a bit of a longer message, right? Trying to elicit a response here, because what we want is, as setters, we need to be thinking like, I'd rather get a yes, a direct yes, I'm still interested, or a direct no. So even a direct no, even like getting cussed out, that's fine, because it at least makes us save our time. Because what we don't want, and this is the same with sales, is we don't want a maybe, or we don't want an ambiguous, or we just don't know what's going on. That's what we don't want. We don't want to know. We don't want to not know what's going on. All right. So we'd rather get a direct yes or no and actually know what's going on. So this is the whole point of follow-ups, is to get them to respond and keep the conversation going, and potentially get them on the call and close them. Third one, now we're getting pretty direct. Like, are you still there? Are you still with me? Hey, did you see the message? Or whatever you want. You can even get creative with it. Like, put your own spin on it. Throw some memes in there. If you have any follow-up memes, send them. And then the fourth one is the most direct. This is what I use. I just tell them straight, I'm just the most direct. Like, if you're not interested, just let me know and I'll stop following up. Simple as that. And then they, on that fourth one, they could come back to you and be like, no, sorry, not interested, or yes, oh, sorry, I'm not on Instagram, or I'm not on social media nowadays. You can get that. You can get that. So yeah, these all are made with intention, and then these are all going to be spaced out further from the last. So 24 hours, second one, 24 to 48 hours after this first one, if no response still. Third one could be 48 to 72 hours, so 2 to 3 days. And then the last one could be sent around the same time, or you can leave a bit longer. So a couple days, 3 to 4 days, right? But we're spacing it longer from the last, just to give it more room to respond, and not come across as too spammy or annoying. But I hope this helps. You guys are feel free to steal these, but I also encourage you to come up with your own. Throw memes in there, make a funny follow-up if you need to, anything to get a response. That's what we're trying to do here. So, but yeah, just again, don't make assumptions. Start off slow, be more and then gradually be more direct. Always do follow-ups. Make it a part of your routine. This is what I usually do 1 to 4 times before moving on, and then you want to space them further from the last. So I hope this was a good video today. I hope this was a nice refresher, and if you've been stuck with follow-ups, this is the video. I hope this is the video that you needed, and I hope you close more deals and you set more appointments because of it. Because follow-ups, we underestimate it. We sometimes even avoid it just because it's tedious. But ultimately, this is what we need to be doing as setters. We need to do the little things, and it's the little things that we do right that adds up. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.